Hey, what is going on, viewers? It's SD Lime Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today we're reviewing another one of these Starbucks chilled Frappuccino drinks, and this one is going to be on the indulgent caramel flavour. So I got this one out of Tesco, and it was in the club card price 3 for £3. They normally do around £2.40 each or something like that, but they currently got the club card offer price on 3 for £3, which actually works out to incredibly good price actually for the club card price. So I'm surprised they're that cheap in the offer, you know, making out £1 each. But you know what, £2.40 or around that for just one normally is just way too expensive, even if you compare it to, like, say, the supermarket brands or stuff like that. Anyways, so yes, let's give you guys a 4/360 of the packaging. So we obviously have it in a glass jar, as you can see, and very kind of simple design and stuff. So obviously you have the logo and kind of the sticker on the front there, the green Starbucks logo with kind of the brown logo with the fancy Frappuccino font. On the bag we've got the ingredients and stuff, again on a very small simple label, nothing much of interest. And then we have just the kind of label around the top saying indulgent caramel flavour. On the bottom we have nothing, and on the top we just have a green cap with the Starbucks logo on the top. So anyways, taking a closer look at the jar. So this is how big is this? It's a 250ml, which is like the same size as the kind of normal energy drink can size. The sugar content, these are quite sugary. They have 9.4 grams of sugar per 100ml, so I said really quite sugary. Having a quick look at the actual ingredients, kind of the usual stuff, you know, coffee, sugar, stuff like that. And the caffeine content is 27 milligrams per 100ml as well, which is not too much below an energy drink. Energy drink is around 32 milligrams per 100ml. So obviously this one being 27 is a little bit less. But apart from that, it just says shake well, enjoy cold, which it is nice and cold. It's just come out of the fridge, and interestingly it's produced in Denmark, so there we go. Anyways, so yeah, let's give it a good shake and then see, because again it's settled at the bottom a little bit, so we'll give it a good mix, and hopefully it won't explode. Got my Zesty Lime Studios cup as always. Give it a good shake, make sure it's all mixed. So basically, if you're wondering what a Frappuccino is, a Frappuccino is basically blended ice and kind of milk together. Basically, that's what it is. So, well, that should be enough shaking. It all seems to be mixed in the bottom. Right, let's get this plastic seal off. There we go, put that to one side. If it wants to come off. There we go. Right, so now we can see the colour, but again, I always pour it into a cup just to make life easy. So hopefully this doesn't explode on me. Just listen for the pop. Really quiet pop, you might not have heard that. Anyways, there we go. Right, and the colour is... There we go. I know we can see it, but like I said, it's just for extra clarity in my cup. Right, put that to one side for a second. Right. So yes, as you can see, the colour is a light brown colour, which is obviously the normal kind of style colour for cold coffee drinks. Anyways, looking at the thickness, well, the thing is, Frappuccinos aren't made to be thick. They're not like a milkshake. They're not made to be thick, basically. And as you can see, yeah, it's not really sticking to the side of the glass, so it's understandable for those various reasons. And like I said, it is non-see-through, as you cannot see my face through the drink. Anyway, so let's give it a closer smell now and see what it smells of. So I kind of got a bit of a coffee smell in there. In terms of the caramel, I think there may be a little bit of caramel smell in there, but in all honesty, it smells more coffee than anything else. Yeah, I mean, it does stink a little bit, to be honest with you. I think that might be the kind of off caramel smell, but if anything, it's just, yeah, just a bit of a mild coffee smell. But anyways, nevertheless, guys, let's taste some. Initial reaction, definitely seems nice and smooth. But definitely doesn't feel that thick in the grand scheme of things, which is understandable, like I said. Okay. So, like I said, Frappuccinos are different to, you know, well, I was going to say something stupid like they're different to other coffee drinks. I mean, of course they are, but what I was going to say is, whenever people mostly think of cold coffee and stuff, they always think, oh yeah, you know, creamy, cold, kind of milkshakey style of, you know, cold coffee drink. They're not like that, guys. Now, a lot of them aren't like that, and this is a prime example. So, like I said, it's got a okay smoothness to it. It seems to be nice and smooth for what it is, to be fair, but it's definitely lacking on the thickness side. But as I said, that's understandable for what it is. The sweetness wise, it doesn't seem as sweet as I think it should be for being around 10 grams of sugar per 100 ml, and for being a caramel flavour. It just doesn't seem that sweet. Like, don't get me wrong, it is sweet, but some of these cold coffee drinks can be extremely sweet for what, you know, for what they are, and this one doesn't just seem up there, which is, I guess, a nice thing, because sometimes I say they just seem so sweet. It just feels like you're just drinking more sugar than actual kind of coffee sometimes with these style of drinks. So I think, yes, it's not as strong on that side as, you know, you'd expect. There seems to be no artificial flavours or any artificial taste, no chemical taste or anything like that, which is always a bonus. But to be honest, with most kind of coffee drinks, you kind of don't get really chemical or harsh artificial taste anyway, generally, which is good. There seems to be no bitterness to the coffee as well on this one as well, which is also a bonus. But again, that's kind of counterbalanced by the amount of sugar and sweetness and stuff like that. Because sometimes if they release like a low sugar version, you can then sometimes, you know, tell the difference with the you know, with the caffeine having the extra strength, because obviously the sugar hasn't dulled it down, so you definitely know the difference with like that. But obviously this one's full sugar, so we haven't got that problem. But in terms of the actual indulgent caramel as it's described, I wouldn't say it's indulgent whatsoever. And in terms of caramel, I mean, yeah, there's kind of a caramel flavour there, but it's a really kind of different caramel. And ultimately, for me, it's not coffee-y enough, if that's even a word. It was to say it doesn't taste enough of actual coffee, and the caramel is just a bit weird. And the things, I've never really been a fan of Starbucks anyway. I've always preferred like Costa's kind of drinks and stuff like that, or like the supermarket owned. So, you know, if you do buy this on the offer, I mean, yeah, obviously pick up and give it a try while it's in £3 for £3, because I think there's quite a few different flavours of these. But in all honesty, it's not that indulgent, it's not that interesting. It's definitely not worth £2.40 or £3, whatever it is, at full price whatsoever. Is it worth it at £3 for £1? I don't know. I definitely wouldn't buy this one again. So let me take a couple more sips and I'll finish the video. Yeah, it's just, I just find ultimately it doesn't, even if you strip away the packaging, it doesn't feel like a supposedly £2.30, £40 Starbucks drink. And I think that's the problem, whereas the supermarket ones are just as nice, or if not nicer in some cases. And the things, you drink all of this, you get less caffeine in energy drink, you get a diddy little, you know, glass jar of, you know, supposed coffee, which doesn't really taste the coffee. You get tons of sugar in it, and I'm like, I'd rather just have a normal latte with a sweetener in it, or just an sugar-free energy drink. So it's like, you know, what's the point? Or just go to a Starbucks or a Costa and just get a proper Frappuccino, you know, like a proper one or whatever. But it is what it is, and you know, that's kind of the on the go version as these are in the shops. But anyways, the question is, how many zesties shall I give this out of 10? Well, ultimately, honestly think about a 4, in all honesty. It's just, yeah, I'm never going to drink it again. I'm never going to buy it again. Even if they made it 10p versus supermarket ones, I just wouldn't even if they have it for free, I just wouldn't buy it again. You know, because if something doesn't taste that great, then you're not going to drink it, are you? So 4 zesties out of 10. But anyways, viewers, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.